produce all documents that I have concerning JANA Commission, and I'll do so, but not at my own expense. I can bring them, and you can make your copies, and I'll take my documents back. I can do that. But as I said, I don't think some of the statements are called for. It's unnecessary. You are privileged, honorable gentlemen. I am a privileged witness, and I do have my rights.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Mansour. Council Quigley, before I...
That's fine. It seems like what beforehand, submit documents to this committee. However, out of caution, I will just say that Ms. Bensouda, the motion that you read, of course, we understand, and I'm sure you understand, as we do, that it must be read as a whole. And when read as a whole, you would see that under the terms of reference of the committee, it goes on to look at issues of administration. You would look at 6, 7, and 8, so 6, 7, and 8, and also of the motion that you read. 3, yes, 3, yes.
6, 7, and 8.
Yes. Sub 3, sub 6, 7, and 8. You would see that
3, 6, 7, and 8.
precisely.
Sorry, what about that?
6 goes on to say, to identify and profile purchasers of assets, including individuals and corporate entities, assessing whether proper procedures were followed and determine whether any conflict of interest, abuse of office, or procedural irregularities occurred. Now, there are 2 limbs to 6. One is in relation to the sales, but the second certainly pries into the administration. Perhaps 7 gives more clarity to evaluate the management and accounting of proceeds generated from asset disposals and determine whether such funds are properly deposited into public accounts, including the National Treasury and any special accounts. I would not read 8, but 8 goes on to indicate that where there is any component or a criminal element to the administration of the sales, the committee could probe into it. Aside from that as well, the section of the Constitution that was highlighted, and as you had highlighted earlier on today, the committee has powers of the High Court at trial. Those powers include determining the relevance of documents. And I will not go on to belabor the point. Since the Honorable, I've made my application, Honorable Chair. It's left to you. The witness has.
Honorable Chair, I produced all the documents that I have concerning the JANA Commission. For one, that's the term, that's the acronym, if I may call it that way, for the JANA Commission. That does not mean I am conceding to the procedure that's being adopted. This commission, by the Constitution, has a purpose, and the purpose is set out in the motion. The purpose is not to review the work of the JANA Commission. The purpose is to look into, investigate the manner in which certain specific matter was dealt. These are the assets that were identified by the JANA Commission and disposed of. Learned Counsel has referred me to the motion, and he has specifically referred me to the terms of reference 3.6, 3.6, 7, and 8. Nothing in those sections support what he is saying. This is not a committee at large. Its powers are limited. I'm a witness, and if you order that I produce documents, I will, because you have a power to do so. But that doesn't mean that the order is right. And I'm saying the order is wrong because you have to operate within your powers. You do not have a power because you have not been conferred with that power. Limited to your terms of reference in relation to an inquiry into a specific matter. But nevertheless, if you make the order, I'll comply with it. But that doesn't mean I agree with the premise of the order or the submission that the council is making. Thank you.
Chair, we are not. We rely on you to separate us. One thing I do agree with the witness is that we are not a committee at large. Indeed, we have a TOR. But what we have asked for is indeed within our TOR.
Thank you, Councillor. Thank you, Ms. Bensouda. I have listened to both of you. And of course, the application made by council, like I said earlier, the committee will want to grant the application. Of course, you agree comment for the committee. So I have put the order that you produce documents for the committee. But also, I want to say this. The committee in its operation, since we started, we have had a lot of witnesses before this committee. And those witnesses also produce documents for the committee. And they have done something in the inquiry, either as commissioners or they are partners in whatever you've done when the commission was in operation. So they've provided documents up to the office of the president, office of the ministers. So we got documents from them. And I think it's only fair for us to also request documents from you. Yes, you have made your point. We have our concerns, and then you will continue, then we will review. But I know the motion is very much explicit. Of course, in our view, that the motion has direct approach to look at documents related to planning commission. Specifically, you mentioned about sales and disposal. Yes, we know that it's there. But the committee as a whole still has the powers to request for documents, like you said, and that's the order now we are putting through for you to produce documents to the committee. So we can say, because we are finishing our hearing very soon. Today is on the 5th, Council.
Yes, Honorable.
So we can give until Monday. Is that okay? Monday.
Can you read the order, please, so that they are specific and I don't come here and we have a misunderstanding as to what I was required.
Yes.
Please make the order you take note.
For you to produce all documents relating to the operations of the Jani Commission. Now, the committee as chair granted application for you to produce those documents. Now, you said you can bring all the documents to us, and then now we will pick what you want the documents that are related to the commission as well. That's what you said. If you want us to put it in a written form, we can still do the order like that and say it to you. But I think from the application made by council, so I just send it to you directly. So you can produce before probably Monday. Monday will be only let me
just take a precision. The documents, let me seek a precision, Mr. Chair.
Monday will be on the 10th of November.
The documents, I don't have all documents relating to the commission. I will produce. I can only produce documents in my possession as counsel, lead counsel to the Jani Commission. That's what I can produce. But all official documents, all documents are within government, Ministry of Justice, I presume. But I can produce documents in my possession as lead counsel to the Jani Commission.
That's okay. That's exactly what we mean. Because that you were the lead counsel for the commission. So only with your position as lead counsel at the time, that's what we are requesting. Counsel, so you can proceed. I think the order is.
Yes, Honorable Chair, I would ask that we take a 10-minute stand down to advise ourselves. Proceed. There's an indication from the high table that the 10 minutes could be also used to observe prayers. Then we could sit.
All right, thank you. We can adjourn for 10 minutes for prayers, and we can resume back at 5, quarter to 6.